Me.
And welcome to the Barrel Buddies. I'm James.
And I'm BJ. Welcome back to your weekly booze, news, and reviews. And we've got a doozy of a review. I think we're gonna button up. We're gonna sew up our little canned cocktail journey. This week.
We've spent the past couple of weeks talking about canned cocktails, and I was kind of prepping those glasses. I was gonna say, please pour the water out. So thank you for doing that.
I'm already on it.
And I'm like, you know what, we had a good. I thought the Bullet show was great. But I'm ready to wrap it up too. I'm ready to just get back to whiskey. I'm ready to get back to bourbon. I'm ready to get back to scotch. I'm ready to just get back to whatever. Because, here's what I find funny. I'm going to go on a little tiny rant. And if you're here for this review, which you're probably not because no one really knows what this is, I have nothing to worry about. That we are well over the hump in here's the thing. People on Facebook, usually the certain groups of people on Facebook groups don't really have any other type of social media. And it might be a certain group of an age group of people. I won't name names, boomers, but they always hear things.
Right
they always hear things last, and whiskey's over the hump, man. We're kind of like, when you peak on a chart and you're way down, almost on that hump when it's back on the come up, we're like almost down at the bottom.
Coming to the bottom.
We're coming to the bottom.
We're gonna get to the scoop.
I cannot tell you guys, secondary market is wowzer. I've seen some incredible, but I'll say this much: it's an incredible opportunity for those that are out there that are looking for some great stuff, because now it's a plenty. You can find our cup overflow with amazing whiskey, and even in town, even allocations, Stags everywhere, Wellers everywhere, Elmer T. Lees are everywhere. Everything's everywhere.
Yeah,
I love this. I love it.
You remember I came to you and I said, hey, a buddy of mine is looking to pick up a Weller 12. And you said, yeah, if he can find it. And I was like, well, he's not going to find it.
I didn't think he'd be able to find it. Maybe he'll find it.
You can't find it for less.
And I thought I was like, I'll give you a pretty fair price. It was under secondary. And then boom, he's like, oh, I found it at a shop.
I found it at a shop for $250.
Damn, boy. Good for him.
Weller 12 for $250.
Good for him.
Okay.
I'm baffled. If it was a year ago.
No chance.
No chance.
And if you had it was $600.
No chance. Uncle P, what's going on?
Uncle Punky.
We have our
just over a week, baby.
Yeah, just over a week. Oh yeah. Mexico. Our dear friend is in town here in Vegas from Bedford Springs, right? No, it's just Bedford.
Just Bedford.
All right. But the hotel is Bedford Springs. All right. So he's from Bedford. Anyways, he's here in town just doing his thing for business. And we got to hang out with him and talk shop. He just moved to Bedford and he said he loves it.
Can't wait.
Loves it.
Can't wait. We're going to get out there. Get out there to see you. Get out there to see him.
Oh, we already said we're going to stay at Bedford Springs. We need to get a nice rate over there and friends and family and hang out and do a little golf. I just want to sit on a back porch like a classic.
Hey, you want to sit in a rocking chair?
I was going to say I want a rocking chair and a cigar, like a big old stogie. And I want an old grandmother to serve me a slice of apple pie. I think that can make this happen.
Yeah, I think so.
And definitely go to the Amish buffet.
Shady Maple.
What do we got tonight, Beach? So we're wrapping up our craft cocktail journey. What do we got here? Mixed cocktails.
We're going to end where we began, and that's with a 1792 pre-mixed cocktail by Hublin. This is the old-fashioned. We started this journey with the Manhattan, which we did not like, and instead we have the Hublin old-fashioned, and we picked it up in a fun hip flask that looks like you're walking around downtown, maybe a little down on your luck.
It was the thought process with the marketing here, you know what, boys?
Particular kind of person, I think.
I've always wanted
a
hip
person.
Flask old-fashioned.
A real nice person to carry around a hip flask old-fashioned. That's not exactly the person.
Do we have any deets on the bottle there? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so this is just like the Manhattan, 35% original cocktail by Hublin. And I think the Manhattan bottle said the same thing. With roots dating back to 1892, Hublin introduces a new line of ready-to-go cocktails, mixing the best spirits and ingredients to deliver a simple, well-balanced cocktail with every sip. Bottled by Sazerac,
Oh,
Louisville, Kentucky.
I'm digging that. I mean, and here's the thing. After we've had our 1792 shows like a few months ago, I thought that my opinion has gone way up of 1792.
100%. Yeah, agreed.
And I think even your best friend, Mr. Ascot himself, gave accolades recently to I believe it's the Foolproof or the Single Barrel 1792. But it knocked it out of the park.
I'm sure it was the Foolproof. The Foolproof had a real renaissance and come up this year. There was a bunch of it that came out this year. A lot of store picks came out this year,
and the price point
so
was affordable, like
50 to 55.
Yeah, 50 to 60.
Yeah, it's
80.
fair. I think even 50 to 60
depends
on
the
price
shop.
point was really good,
beyond reasonable.
1792 Foolproof. You just don't get Foolproof at that. I mean, that is a good
No.
price. So let's talk value on this bottle really quick. How much was this little hip flask?
Dude, I think it was like $10.
200 milliliters.
I think it was $10, right?
Are you gonna
Or like
save this? And, are
$8.99?
you gonna save this and take it with you? Hide it in your pocket. Bring it to work.
Take it to the club. By the way, Uncle Pieces, that's his front porch, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm like, oh, we know where we
Uncle
need to
Pete,
hang out now.
We're coming to see you. Don't worry. I know I keep saying
There's not really
this.
anything on the nose here. I'm
Coming
really
to see you. Yeah, I didn't get a lot when I poured out. And
Anyway,
we've again
cheers.
for science, we treated this the exact same as we've treated everything else. We've poured it over ice. We've got enough here that we can pour a little straight up taste.
It's not terrible at all.
You know, it doesn't say
Get in that.
like what it's made with. It doesn't say that it's done.
Yeah, bitters. Oh, we'll look it up. That's what we'll do. We'll do a look up while you're.
Oh no, here it is. It just says bourbon whiskey, bitters, and artificial color. That's all it says is in there.
Yeah, all right. And then we'll go to the website here as well. 1792 old fashioned cocktail.
It's not.
So most places have it for
Actually.
$7.99.
$7.99.
That was the 375. That's a hip flask. I
This
think
is
we
a
paid
200 milliliters.
Yeah.
I get. I'm getting a weird.
I get like
aftertaste.
so let me throw something at you. I get like a nuttiness. Do you get like a nuttiness in there at all?
Yes, I was gonna say popcorn. I'm
Yeah.
getting a weird
Yeah.
popcorn kernel flavor
All right.
that I'm gonna be honest. I don't love it.
I wouldn't say it's amazing.
It's like kettle corn. It's like liquid kettle
I
corn.
kind of like that though.
And I'm not loving it. There's no orange. There's no lemon. There's no cherry. Like your traditional fruit is not there in this. It's sweet. It's like it's really sweet, caramely sweet.
It is sweet. I'll give you that much. Like I think this is kind of that. It's an old fashioned that
Buttery.
for people that really don't know what a real old fashioned is, and they buy this not really knowing, and it's likable to the masses. I think that's what they kind of catered it to.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you who they catered this to.
The grandma waiting at the door 8 a.m. at Total Wine to buy a bottle of Popov with a check. Is that who they catered it to?
They catered it to the person who's got not even 2 pennies to rub together, but somehow got $5 out of you using that shithole piece of cardboard they found on the side of the road. They used their feces to write anything will help, and they are spending that $5
Jobless, God help.
on this hip flask that they're going to carry around and they're going to piss in later and throw in the street.
I love that. You kind of pulled some of my rage. You cued me. You summoned me into that statement right there, and I love it. That was a me. That's something
they wrote
I would say.
Anything will help using their shit on a piece of cardboard, an old water box.
Here's the thing. This is completely unoffensive. And I mean that in a good way.
Offended.
I'm not.
I'm offended.
I mean, this is not terrible whatsoever.
No. This is a money grab. I'm offended.
What?
I'll tell you, of all the canned cocktails,
It's
and
not
pre-mixed,
good. It's not bad.
It's the worst one.
like Chernobyl. Not great, not good. Is that what they said?
It's
not great. That's not good.
This is the worst one we've had.
Are you out of your mind? That flippin' Manhattan was dog water.
This is the
like,
worst
No.
old fashioned that we've had.
I'm baffled you're saying this right now. I'm baffled.
It's the worst old fashioned, and it was the worst
I don't know.
Manhattan.
No.
The Hugh Blaine cocktails.
Safi Live.
What's up, Safi? These Hugh Blaine cocktails. Safi, don't rep Hugh Blaine. They were the worst cocktails that we've had. By far.
Wow.
I'm just gonna say it. I wouldn't drink them again. I think this is wretched. I don't like this.
I'm like taken aback right now. I think that
if this wasn't your house and I had so much respect for it, I'd take this rocks glass and throw it against the wall.
I don't know where this inner rage is coming from. You really just took it all out of me, because I think this is I think made for the masses.
The masses.
Yeah, it's not offensive. It's approachable. It's easy drinking.
The masses of rats and cockroaches.
It's just a basic B old fashioned.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Jimmy, you've had a million times.
I've had a million old fashions.
2 nights ago. We were out 2 nights ago.
We were.
At not the classiest of places.
No, but they had a solid old fashioned.
And that old fashioned was 10 steps above.
Can I tell you
this.
something that would have pissed me off that night? Is if our buddy Z would have got another smoked cocktail.
No, I was hoping he would. I love that it was even an option. And they offered it
like,
to you.
Don't you dare.
Hold on, I gotta tell
and I
the
was
story.
like, don't you dare get another
No.
flippin'
I know.
smoked
I could see it on your face.
cocktail. I was getting so angry. That poor bartender. She's like,
She was happy
she
to
could
do it.
No, she
She
could
was
barely
happy
get
to
that
do it.
torch going, and I could.
No.
She a little drip of sweat. She's trying to get this whole thing smoked for absolutely nothing.
No, I'm gonna just call it out. So we were at an undisclosed location, not far off of the strip. We went to a very nice spot inside of there.
We did.
And we sat at the bar inside of their steakhouse. And it was us and our friend, and Zach showed up, which was great.
Zach the Whack showed up.
And they had a great blackberry old fashioned. It was very good.
It was delightful.
James ordered it, and she offered to smoke it for him. And he goes, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, really?
Guys, smoking's a gimmick.
You're gonna pass on the
Yeah,
smoked
no,
cocktail?
Don't smoke a cocktail.
We smoke even on this show. Sometimes we'll do smoked
Yeah,
cocktails.
but it's come on, it's a gimmick.
Well, then Zach ends up. I don't know what his first cocktail was. Oh, he brought the beer with him.
he
from
got a
the
beer.
pub.
He had a beer.
So he slams his beer and he's like, "I'll have one of those old fashions too." She goes, "Oh, would you like this? Would you like it smoked?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Of course. I was like,
So
of
she
course.
brings out this
Of course he's gonna get
clunky
it smoked.
smoking gun, and then I'm like, "Oh, I have to film it. I'll put it up on the B Buds Instagram. Follow us at the Barrel Buds. I'll put this up." So she gets out this clunky smoking gun with this long rubber hose, and she puts
And
it
the
under
glass
this
box,
glass
the dome.
cloche.
Yeah.
And she's like really having a hard time. Like the igniter gun was like running out of butane. She's having a real time. And here's me going, "Hey, so what kind of wood chips are you using over there? Hey, what heat are you smoking those at? Because that makes a difference." It does not make a difference. But that poor girl, she was really stressed out about it. She's like,
Struggling.
"I'm really sorry, it's running out of butane." I'm like, "Well, that's okay. Just go get some matches and blow on it." And
She
she's
was
like,
a trooper.
"Whoa." She did troop it out.
She trooped it out.
It was
She got
cherry
it.
wood, by the way.
It was cherry wood.
And so she comes over and she does the whole reveal, pulls the cloche off, waves it around. We're like, "Ooh, good job."
Ooh, yeah.
And then he drinks it. 20 minutes later, "Oh, would you like another one?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "I don't know if I can make it
It's not
smoked."
working.
And he goes, "Well, that's unacceptable. You better figure it out. I want it smoked again." James goes, "Don't do that to that poor girl." He's like, no, it's okay. I don't have to have it smoked. But you could see her face. She was horrified. She was so scared that she was gonna have to
Poor
go
girl.
figure it
Poor
out.
girl. Safi said she came at the right part, and then she remembers the first time she had an old fashioned with us
Oh yeah,
at the Legacy Club here at the one and only
Up at the
Circa in
top.
Las Vegas.
That's right. Come back.
I'm going to tell you
Let's do
right
it
now.
again.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that
do it again.
again. Legacy Club is one of my favorite spots. Shout out to Derek Stevens at Circa. It's such a great spot. We love
We
it.
had a lovely night.
We love it.
Looking forward to the next one.
Legacy Club is one of the best, chill, relaxed, and amazing whiskey selections
Good
at
yeah,
a bar
nice,
in
nice
town.
selection.
And even the prices are fairly reasonable.
And let's face
it's-
it.
it's such a fun time up there.
The company wasn't bad either.
Anyway, Paul says he's having an old fashioned with a blood orange slice.
Delightful.
Oh, well,
Hey.
bravo, Paul. Welcome to the
Excuse
show.
me.
I like that.
You fancy pants McGee.
That is very. Oh yeah, amazing views up there. You get to see all of downtown, the whole city actually from up at Legacy Club, and they have the gold up there. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
a really cool. It's like, well, at one point it was $1 million, but it's way above that now.
Gold prices are
A
up.
bunch of gold bars on display up there. Very, very cool and
If
classy.
you were following along, even a couple years, well, for at this point, 4 years
yeah,
ago,
it was a
then you
while
would
back.
know it was all about and still is hard assets.
Shout out to the
Robin Hood of Wall Street.
our one and only Robin Hood of Wall Street.
Greg
Took the words right out of
Manarino.
mouth. Greg Manarino. Physical assets,
Physical
silver and gold,
assets.
silver and gold. I know a lot of his fans are huge on that, and I've been huge on gold recently.
I've
too.
been big on silver. Every chance I get,
huge.
1 ounce ingots. Anytime I'm good willing. So
Yep.
I love to go Goodwill and thrifting.
Yeah,
And you never believe the number
Silver-
of people that throw out
pure silver
serving,
stuff. Yeah,
silver spoon, silver fork,
Hoard
silver
it.
serving.
hoard it.
And I'm like, thank you very much, because those people don't know what they have either.
Yeah,
I know what they've got because you can see the tarnish, and I'm like, healing.
Yep.
All that stuff melts down. Physical
Exactly.
assets.
no, I would say me and the missus, we've been kind of like just for our birthday gifts for each other, because at this point we're like, we don't really need anything. If we want something, we buy it, as most of you all know. Your
you
other
do when you get
halves or
older.
whatever. Yeah. So what we do now is we just buy each other little gold coins. Like
That's a
you
good
can
call.
just go on a bullion website. There's amazing ones out
Yep.
there.
Physical
And
assets.
they just get you, and all price ranges. You want to spend $500 for a birthday, that's fine. You want to spend $1,000 on a big one for Christmas and an anniversary, go right ahead.
All it does is appreciate in value.
Get a little safe, put it, a big old gun safe, whatever, and just start hoarding that stuff,
Yep.
guys. All about it, because gold's going up, silver's going up.
Be
But again,
Smaug.
we're not here to turn into the Manarino show. That's what he's
Be
there to talk about.
Smaug and hoard that.
So
All right.
go follow him. But anyways, really quick, get into the chat.
Chat it up.
Safi wants you to take her thrifting. She says, take me thrifting.
Oh, come on.
And then Chris Conrad here, kitty.
Oh,
Wow.
look who
He's already
joined the show
there. He's
tonight.
already there looking for the
No,
kitty.
he needs it, and here's why.
What do you
That
got?
man is a champ. I'm gonna raise a glass to you. I'm gonna raise this glass.
Yeah, because you're not going
And
to
I'm
drink
not drinking the
that
rest
dog
of that
water. I'm
dog
surprised.
water.
Cheers.
You
You
I
don't
wanna,
have anything
I
in
want to
there.
raise a glass. I have a schmeck here.
You want to fill it?
I'm gonna pick something different. No, I wanna pick something different.
All right.
To Chris Conrad, because that man has watched his grandchildren for the last week and a half,
Woof.
while I had
Woof.
2 nephews born this week.
Oh, congratulations! Congratulations.
And he had to watch 2 sets of grandkids, while another grandkid was out in Cooperstown playing at a baseball camp / qualifier for the Little League World
Oh.
Series.
he needs a drink.
That man needs a drink. He needs more
Oof.
than one. I hope the Evan
Oof.
Williams is being good to you tonight, sir.
Yeah.
So cheers,
Cheers.
to you.
Cheers. Go find another pour while I keep him occupied with some.
I want to hear your score on this, our last pre-mix cocktail.
Yeah. So I get he's drinking Blanton's, by the way. Well, bravo. Good for you. Good for you.
Well deserved. Did you open up that Blanton's Gold? Something tells me you did.
So here's the thing with this stuff. It's not amazing. It's not it's not like an amazing old fashioned, right? It is a old fashioned for people who don't know what an old fashioned is, in my opinion. I can't believe you're getting that mother MF and mellow corn. Anyway,
This is a treat for all.
I was gonna say keep that away from me.
Hey, you want some?
No, you want to talk about triggering.
Little mellow corn for you real collectors.
Yeah, break out the Heaven Hill 17, just 17-year-old mellow corn. And so it doesn't have the
Delish.
complexity of the bitters. So like, yeah, you're missing out on like, they're probably not using Angostura. It's probably a pretty faux industrial 55-gallon oil drum of like old fashioned mix that they just blend 1792 drippings on the floor that get like thrown into a vat. Like I'm sure that's what this is. But I personally think this is a great intro where you're like, hey friend, that wants to get into cocktails and maybe move away from beer or move away from Trulies or High Noons or Lover Boys, that you can find something approachable. And I think this is a good stepping stone. I'm going to say this is a good segue into some better premixed cocktails. Like I think I can land a friend on this and then be like, hey, remember that old fashioned we had and you liked it? Well, now I can move you to a real old fashioned at like a bar. That's just my 2 cents. So where I want to put this rating wise, I'm going to give it a 70. I don't really have like a nose taste value. I'm just going to give it like a 70 to 75 out of 100. I think it has a good like C plus maybe rating. Not bad, not great. Shout out to Sazerac. It's not bad. I'm sure they do focus groups on this stuff. I mean, Sazerac isn't playing around. But Uncle P has Bullet and Soda tonight. Just throwing that out there. Good for you, man.
We did the Bullet last week.
Bullet show last week. It was surprisingly decent.
Bullshit?
Surprisingly decent.
Yeah, is that what we had last week?
The Bullet.
You said bullshit.
No, I said bullet. I didn't say bullshit.
You did say
Maybe
bullshit.
I did.
Hey, roll it back.
Maybe it was a Freudian slip.
I liked it either way. All right, my turn, and here you go. I'm giving this a score of
0, 10.
0.
I can't believe you.
0.
We had some dog shit. Like probably what was the
0.
that first Manhattan we had was like, oh,
Just
it
as
tastes
bad.
like sewer water.
Just as bad. And I'm sure I gave it a better score than 0.
No.
And I would go back and give it a 0 too. Hublin, you've got to go back to the drawing board. And I'm sorry.
I get it.
These are bad. And again, I think that the point of this cocktail experience was, can you find one that is just as good, if not better, than what you could make at home? And I will tell you right now, you can make a better one at home than what's in this pre-bottle. Again, there's nothing you can make it better, period. You can make it better with any of the dog water we've got behind us. There's a lot of dog water behind us, and I can tell you we would make a better old fashioned than what's in that bottle. So 0. There's no nose. And for $7, again, I can find Evan Williams. I can get a small bottle of Evan Williams and make a better old fashioned out of that small bottles of Evan Williams than what's in this bottle right now. And as far as taste, again, it tastes like sugar water. If there is alcohol in here, they say there's alcohol in here. I don't think that it's good enough to drink and get you going. To your argument of you think you can get somebody going on this, that might be true. Okay,
it's a good segue,
but I don't know that
transitionary.
I'm going to tell you right now, for all my friends and fellow barrel buddies and family members, and listen, I like you too much to pour you anything out of this bottle. I like it too much.
One of my favorite people just joined the chat. Do you know what he just said?
What's that?
Because he knows my triggers. Would a rare character make a better old fashioned? Doubtful. Welcome, Drew, to the show.
Drew! You know.
And then Chris Conrad says you're pissing off James. So
I'll take that challenge. I'll take that bet. I'll take that challenge.
By the way, Drew, we got to do a Corey's this week. By the way, it's been long overdue.
Overdrew.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Overdrew. I would take that bet, and yes, I think we could make a better old fashioned out of
Obviously.
rare character than what's in this bottle.
I will say with the Beer Zombies rare character, yes. With all that other dog water that's out there, fuck themselves.
No, listen, higher proof.
I'm gonna try to frick themselves.
Higher proof you could make a better old fashioned.
I'll do
just
Corey's
believe it.
tomorrow.
I just believe
Corey's
it.
tomorrow.
I can
After
probably do Corey's
office?
tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
after office
after
Corey's?
office Corey's.
Safi says, oof, so you're obviously not getting their sponsorship.
Listen, Safi, if you've been watching this show,
no.
we were never getting a sponsorship by
I don't think that
Buffalo
we're ever
Trace.
getting. I think with our heated debates, we'll call them. I don't know that we're getting any sponsorships on this show.
That's not true. That's not true. Someday,
I think we're
somebody's gonna
too
come
honest.
through.
We're too honest
That's not
on this show.
Brown Foreman has come through, and they've been hesitant but open. Diageo has been hesitant
I know,
but
I know.
open.
We sometimes we've been told that we need to reel it in and be a little bit more politically correct to become a true
To get the sponsor.
to get the sponsorship. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, everybody. You think people are like honest opinions? A
They're
lot of these
not.
people are being told what to say and what to do. It's
You get
very
told to
sad
be
and
nice.
unfortunate. And we're trying to keep it real for you guys.
Yeah,
legit.
We want to be real. Even when we
even
had
if
those,
somebody sponsored us, if it's dog shit, God, I said I'm going to try to not say curse words during the show.
Jimmy.
Even if it's dog water, that we would not say that it was. We would try to be neutral.
We try to.
We will say that it
PC,
is. We will say
right?
it is more
We're
politically
PC.
correct with our
Because
reviews.
I think even in some of those other reviews, we've been a little bit more PC.
Well, I went off the rails with Elijah Craig last week, to be honest. In retrospect, I went on a rant about that fucking awful toasted barrel.
Wow, there you go again.
Because it's so bad.
It's the toasted rye. It's two wrongs don't make a rye.
I see what you did.
I'm on fire today.
You are on fire.
Yeah. They can't make it right, and I'm with you on that one. I don't think that they can make it right either. But who knows? I mean, I like to be surprised. I love to be surprised.
Yes,
I love to expect something and then find something totally unexpected. And we don't like the toasted. We don't really like the rye. No, we don't like the rye. It's not even we don't really like it. We just don't like it. So maybe they'll surprise us, and maybe putting two bad things together makes something good. We're going to wait and find out. We're going to bring it on the show, but I think it's okay and fair for us to be like, that's not going to go well.
Yeah. So let's close out on the 1792 review.
0.
I give it a 70 to 75. He's giving it a 0. Again, guys, these premixed cocktails I think are on the come up. They're huge.
You should really
right
try
now.
this again.
No. Okay, maybe. Yes, give me a second. Premixed cocktails, I think, are kind of where it's at. I think they're really big right now. A lot of people are buying them. There's a lot of like cool mixed drinks that like people are developing that are just out there, and I suggest you try them. Right? It doesn't hurt to try them. This was $8. I think it's worth the gamble to try.
It was worth the try.
Yeah,
100%.
It's an $8 gamble, and it was fine to try it. Right?
Like, yeah. Am I like ready to go puke in a bucket? No. Am I ready to finish this cocktail? No.
I'm okay with it. I don't think it's terrible. I mean, it doesn't really have anything that stands out that I want to tell the crowd. Like usually, like, oh, well, I get notes of X, Y, and Z. Like it's just kind of like a sweet old fashioned.
And you know what? It tells. Here's the one thing that I'm going to give it credit for. It tells you on the bottle it's a bad cocktail, right? Because this description is right there. It says bourbon whiskey, bitters, and artificial colors. It tells you it's a bad cocktail. Some of these other cocktails we had, they were very upfront. Orange bitters. I mean, he was very open about what was in it. This is very clear. Artificial coloring, unknown bitters, and bourbon whiskey. Okay. I mean, it tells you it's not a good product.
Oh, that's what I'm drinking.
And you're just pouring what?
That's what I'm drinking,
farm
Mr.
Strength.
Mellow Corn.
Excuse me, you're drinking farm strength.
Straight from the farm, my friend.
It's not necessarily.
We miss you too and love you as well, Safi.
Safi, we love you.
It doesn't taste like rubbing alcohol, and it's good for mixing. I know that's kind of our fallback statements where we're like, doesn't taste like rubbing alcohol. Well, this is already mixed, so you can't mix it any further. Do you think you could improve it? Let me ask you that.
Do I think I could improve it?
Like if you use that as a base.
What are the ground rules?
It has to be at least 1 ounce, and it still has to be an old fashioned. Do you think you could improve it?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
What would you do? What would you do?
All right. First of all, you're saying I have to use at least.
I know I'm kind of put you on the spot. You got to use at least
that's okay.
1 ounce of that.
That's okay. I'm gonna put my amateur bartender hat on and tell you this. I would take 1 ounce in a jigger of that.
Yep. Okay.
I would muddle into my glass a lemon wedge, an orange wedge, and a maraschino cherry.
Oh, okay.
I would add to that another ounce of well bourbon. I'm not going to be specific.
Sure.
I think that any well bourbon
What-
would do.
Why don't you just stick with 1792? Do you think that would work?
Sure, I think a small batch 1792 would work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go super hard on that. I'm just
Not
gonna go
even
small batch.
foolproof. Okay.
Small
Okay.
batch. I think you
okay.
could use
That's
small
fair.
batch.
Yeah.
Ice, and honestly, I think even a
Bitters.
shot of soda water,
Bitters.
stirred Angostura bitters, and then an orange slice as a garnish. And I think you could make this a palatable cocktail.
Well, there you have it, folks.
And that's not even a good bar. That's like an Olive Garden bar.
She says first poured in the toilet should have been your first. That's what you should have said.
And that's why I love Safi, because she knows. First, you take an ounce of this and you dump it in the toilet. Then you actually make a real cocktail.
Anyway.
Good answer.
Mm.
This is why I love our viewers.
Woo! All right. So if you're here for the 1792, that was
That's
it. We're going to do some whiskey news. You can buzz off.
No, hang around for
And,
whiskey news.
well,
buzz
we'd
off.
prefer
Hang out with
that
us.
you hang out for whiskey news.
Tell me about whiskey news.
Well, since politics are such a big thing right now, I thought I would share
Please
this
don't.
with our friends.
Please don't.
And hey, shout out to our friends at Bottle Raiders. I'm going to give you guys props for having the most obnoxious ads on a website ever. I just want to say the YouTube video that's running, the pop-up ad in the bottom, the secondary YouTube video I could click on, and the two side banners is wow. You guys are really going to town on getting
Shilling.
those.
shilling
You're
it
really
in.
shilling it
What are
out
you
there,
making?
Bottle
You
Raiders.
making 50 cents a day with that?
Jeez. Anyways, Kamala Harris whiskey goes viral after Joe
What?
Biden's endorsement for the 2024
Good
presidential.
Lord.
First of all, I had no idea they had something like this. But at bottleraiders.com, we got a shout out to our friends over there. Anyway,
They do usually give good ratings, so I'm excited.
Washington D.C. distillery Republic Restoratives is struggling to meet demand for its Harris themed whiskey titled Madam. Let's see if we have any details. I'm just going to give you the deets here. Boasting a final mash bill of 58% rye, 37% corn, and 5% malted barley, Madam clocks in at 92 proof, yuck, and is a blend of 7-year-old bourbon and 5-year-old rye, yuck. Republic Restoratives, I don't know how you guys pronounce this, claim that the whiskey is slow smithed. What does that mean? Before bottled. And it can be purchased for $89 on their brand website for local DC distillery, Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And then if you go to their website, it is in stock and you can't have it shipped. And it just, I'm sure it's flipping awful. The distillery hand bottled around 400 bottles, working furiously to fulfill orders. Well, there you have it. So
Interesting.
That's your one piece of whiskey news.
Here, I got an interesting one for you. So just a couple of days ago,
the chat
larceny.
comments.
Oh God, larceny. We try to stay away from topics like this. But here's one for larceny. For larceny, which is MGP juice, as I recall. Is that right? Am I right on that?
Larceny?
Larceny is MGP, right?
Larceny is who is Holy shit, guys.
There you go. There's something you can look up. So larceny is changing their
It's Heaven
packaging.
Hill. I thought I was like
Oh.
it was on the tip
Excuse
of my
me.
tongue and I felt like a
Excuse me.
bastard. All right, it's
So
Heaven Hill.
Larceny is changing their packaging, and they've just announced this. What they're going to be doing after in the next couple of months, their label is actually going to be a UV label. So
oh, cool.
not seeing it under the naked eye. You're
Why
not
do they
gonna be
need
able
that to like
notice this.
protect from fakes? Like they're gonna fake
But you're going to
mediocre
be able to.
bourbon.
You're going to be able to take their label under a UV light, and what will be revealed is actually the story of larceny bourbon.
What is this, like 19 Crimes with the
front
Snoop Dogg
label.
video that you watch while you look at the
Um,
bottle? Come on. So Drew says he's from DC, and if they actually have a distillery, trust me, it's awful. I would agree. I'm sure it is.
So larceny, for those of you that are big wheat fans, larceny is made with primarily wheat, corn, and malted barley. The rye is not there, so it's a high wheat mash bill. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big larceny fan. I did get a nice bottle from Zach, which was pretty decent. I've been nipping on that for a little bit. This new labeling though, I think it's just a gimmick. I think it's just something to get people to buy bottles.
Yeah. Whiskey news. Let's see here. What else do we have? Let's
that?
share.
OF.
No. So this is one that I like.
Don't stop it.
So Alberta Premier honors a playoffs bet, and they sent 2 bottles of Alberta Premier whiskey to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
Oh, was this for the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Yeah, it was. So
Interesting.
since they
What's
lost,
the details on that.
they sent 2 bottles of Canadian whiskey down to Mr. The governor.
I feel
Governor
like
DeSantis.
$1.
Yeah.
Bet $1.
So, we just received 2 bottles of Canadian whiskey. Oh, we got a maple whiskey and a rye whiskey from Alberta. I don't know if you guys can hear this. He's just saying that, yeah.
They can probably hear it on the overlap. It all righted.
It
all righted on.
I like your
Game
shoes,
7.
Ron DeSantis. Those them boots you got.
Those high heels.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
What was he gonna send them if they won?
Yeah, what could have been his reciprocation?
The only thing I can think of is Cigar City Brewing.
Yeah.
Cigar City Brewing in Florida's
You just send him some cool beers.
years.
Yeah. I think that's cool. Shout out to our friends in the north. I mean, even though they're on like the verge of collapse, it's always good to hear that they're
Aren't we all?
they're get their act together. I think everybody feels that we're on like a what is it, a tightrope on a razor's edge, but it is what it is. When is it not?
We're always willing to fall to one end or the other.
Yeah.
That's why we have our good old friend
whiskey.
Cheers.
And people with different tastes have different opinions, can sit and enjoy, and I'm sure you could take that with politics. So cheers to that, Mr. Fuck You Mellocorn and my Frey Ranch local.
Again, I'm gonna challenge you to try this Mellocorn again, because here's the thing. Mellocorn, for those of you that don't know, is a 100% corn whiskey. It is delightful. It is a barrel aged.
If you get the bottle and pour it, I will drink it.
And I'm going to tell you the trick to drinking Mellocorn and enjoying it is you've got to let it air. You can't drink it straight from the
bottle.
Go get
the bottle, and I'll try it. I'll be a team player today and put my Frey Ranch to the side.
I think the Frey Ranch is a good pick, but I'm just telling you, a little aerated Mellocorn. It's sweet. It's delightful. It's good. You like corn nuts? Think about sweet corn nuts.
And then let's get to our one last story here from our good friend, Mr. Minnick. Fred Minnick.
Show's over when you're starting to pull from Fred Minnick.
Bullet releases barrel strength batch 8. He just announced this a couple hours ago. So it hits the shelves nationwide. It's generally 120 to 125 proof. It's packaged in the typical Bullet bottle
with a black label.
And it's actually batch 8 comes in at 121.8 proof, and it's only $60. So there you have it.
60 and a half.
There you have it.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't like Bullet enough to spend the money on a single barrel.
I just wanted to go to that so everyone could see.
So you could tilt me?
Tilt you.
Look at that. Somebody, before I shave my head, somebody had the audacity at a tasting to
say you look like him?
You look like Fred Minnick. And I was like,
I think that's where all your rage stems from. All right, so I'm going to give Mellocorn another shot. It does have nice legs.
You got to really aerate it. You really got to give it some air. I
shouldn't have to.
The trick to enjoying Mellocorn to its full extent is giving it some air.
And I know everybody's like, oh, the bartenders like it. And they have like a Mellocorn challenge coin. And it's so
Hey, do you
hipster.
like Fernet?
This is our version of
I'm pretty sure you do.
I drank a bottle of Fernet not too long ago.
I helped you with that bottle.
4 hours. Yeah, you maybe had one.
I had more than one, thank you.
Okay, that's okay.
Fine. The bartenders do like this. I like this.
Mellocorn is so like, it's just cool.
No, I liked Mellocorn before it was cool.
Here we go.
It's good. And I would just say your palate has changed since the last time you had Mellocorn. So I would challenge you. Yeah, your palate has changed. Your appreciation for things has changed.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's
you're gonna
changed a
try and
bit.
find.
It's
you're gonna
changed a
Try and find a reason to hate it.
No, I'm going to tell you just what I feel about this.
Please.
All right. There is still. So here's the thing. There is a good base flavor there. I get it.
Yeah.
I get the flavor. There's a bit of sweetness. You
Good
get that
good
vanilla
cream corn.
creaminess.
Yeah.
But there is definitely, and there's no denying this, an ethanol bite that is not that pleasant. You have to kind of you have to go over the hump.
There's a bit of a gasoline.
Yeah, let's get that out there on Front Street.
It's corn whiskey.
Because it's corn whiskey.
It's corn whiskey. It's got some gasoline.
There's a reason it's what, $15 for a 750?
If you can find it.
Well, here's the thing. I would, and I keep saying,
Thankfully, in our
stop
market,
saying
we
here's the
can
thing.
find it pretty often.
It needs to be for a cocktail. I think this is great, and I think that's why bartenders love it.
It's a good cocktail.
It's
whiskey.
a great cocktail whiskey because it does have complexity to where it could add a lot to a cocktail.
Can you imagine? Hold on, I'm gonna really throw.
Sure,
one out there, 'cause I'm
sure.
like,
What do you got?
Would you mix this with Coke? Never.
What do you got?
Would you mix this with Verner's? 100%.
Yeah, I would.
This and Verner's is a match made in heaven.
Do you know what this comes in at ABV wise?
Oh, I don't, but I'm happy to look. No, I do.
Yeah.
It's 50%. 50%.
Okay.
It's 100 proof. It's 50%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, I don't know. Wait, I do know.
Safi said she's going to use that when I said ethanol bite. It does. It's
Ethanol
true,
bite.
though. It's
You really
it's
sound-
got an ethanol bite.
That is the equivalent of putting glasses on in the classroom. When you're having a tasting and you're like, that has a real ethanol bite. That's the equivalent of putting on glasses.
And then Conrad says, "Bring it. I'm not scared." Oof. You got to be careful, bud.
I think you'd like it, Chris. I think you'd really like it.
If he's talking about Blanton's over there and you want to give him this dog water, no.
I mean,
this
they're
is-
very different.
That's a
things.
huge. That's such a
They're very
huge
different
difference.
things.
Like this is going to
Not even
remain
close.
Safi, this remains on my blacklist. I still don't like this.
Stop it.
Yeah, dude, the ethanol bite, my friend. It's not that great.
It is good. It's better than a lot of stuff, man.
Like, I get it. It's like Malort. People lose their minds.
You want
but then
Rebel
it's just,
Yell?
it's
or
just
you
like
want
a
this?
Malort's like a grapefruit aperitif. You're
Oh.
just like, okay, and like lawn
Malort's-
grass.
Malort's
like
a problem.
freshly cut grass.
You want 10 high or this?
that? Wait, do I want Hochstadters or this? Do I want Sloan or this? If that helps.
Do you want? Hold on. Do you want? Hold on.
I
hold
like
on.
this. I like this comparison.
This is fun.
Yeah,
Hold
what
on.
do you got? What do you got?
Hold on.
Would I rather have
You
mellow corn?
You want Dickel original or this?
Dickel?
Stop it.
Yes,
You're a
Dickel.
liar.
I'm
You're a
not.
liar.
I'm not lying.
You're a liar.
Get the Dickel. I'll tell you.
You are a
I'll take
liar.
the Dickel. I like the wet rock that Dickel and Flintstones vitamin
You
that
want-
Dickel
Would
provides.
you have benchmark or this?
which benchmark?
Regular benchmark.
Benchmark.
Stop.
But it's
You're a
tough.
liar.
That was a
a
tough decision.
liar.
I am not. That was such a tough
Would you have
decision.
Knob Creek 9 or this?
Knob Creek.
You're
No,
a
I love
liar.
Knob. You hate Knob Creek. I love Knob Creek, so that's not a valid example. Cheers, Thomas from Michigan,
Hey, Thomas. from
the
Michigan.
oven mitt of the United States.
Hey, Thomas. Where you at? Where you from?
What part of
Hey,
Michigan?
Where you from, Thomas?
You got
Or
Traverse.
are you a Youper?
You got some Traverse City. You got an amazing distillery up there. They do cherry.
Traverse,
They do
yeah.
their cherry whiskey up there. I call it Traverse. I'm from Toledo. If you call it Traverse, you're a
Traverse City.
D-bag.
Hey, you're from
So,
Traverse?
No.
You from T-Town? You from Akron?
We all know what's the song that you always bring up about. Was it the Ella Fitzgerald or what's the boat? We always bring up the story about the boat.
Oh my God! You tried to call it
I call it the Ella
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
Oh my God!
He's between Lansing and Flint. All right, very cool, man.
All right, Flint, Michigan.
Welcome to the show.
Don't drink
Good
that
to have
water.
Oh, and then of course Chris Conrad with the trigger of Uncle Nearest or Mellow Corn.
Yeah, James, would you like Uncle Nearest or Mellocorn?
I think he got me. Hold on, I got it. Hold on. We're gonna try this in real time. Hold on. Pour me some.
Gross. I can't even believe that you're going to
Pour me some
try this right now.
Don't go heavy on it. Like
Oh.
a sip. And that was not a
Only a
sip.
sip. Yeah, you want that Uncle Nearest or Mellocorn?
All right. Mikey, Pair of Buddies for Life. Mikey C.
Yeah!
Welcome to the show, my friend.
What's up, Mikey?
All right.
Oh yeah, my Mikey C said he was
Hold
gonna
on.
join us tonight.
So this has actually a pleasant, like, kind of creme brulee sweetness on the
Get outta
nose.
here. Just
Calm
get-
down now. We have gone off the rails in the best way, Safi. Uncle Nearest over Mellow Corn.
I hate you so much. Unbelievable.
You
such
try.
a liar.
You try it.
Such a
too.
liar.
You're gonna try
Such
it.
a liar.
You're gonna try it too. It's not terrible.
Such a liar.
You talk about taste buds taste changing for people. That's not terrible, and you're gonna say not terrible.
It's not terrible. I remember hating this a lot more. I'll still choose Mellocorn.
You got to stick to your guns. I
gotta
respect
stick to my
that.
guns on this.
I respect
Mellocorn.
that. Can you get the bottle, please? I'd like to put the bottles head to head, if you don't mind. I would like to have. This is such
I
a
gotta be
great
honest,
comparison.
it's such a terrible bottle. This bottle's so ugly. It does look like a Malort bottle. It's the most awarded whiskey from 2019 to 2020.
This
yeah.
has, like, the Uncle Nearest has like a pleasant sweetness to it.
And
It's
got a
not
good
bad.
finish. It does
It-
have a good finish.
Jeez.
It has a good finish. So, did I tell you this story about Conrad?
No. What do you got?
So he went to Lynchburg.
Oh,
He was just recently on a business trip. He went to Lynchburg because he's a Tennessee Squire.
okay.
So he goes out to
very
Lynchburg
cool.
and he goes on a tour with one
Yeah,
of Jack Daniel's cousins, like descendants. He comes back wearing an Uncle Nearest long sleeve t-shirt.
Stop.
And I said, I'm sorry,
Conrad,
what are
come
you
on.
wearing? And he's like, Uncle Nearest. And I was like, I'm sorry. What? You went on a Jack Daniel's distillery tour? You come back with Uncle Nearest?
Question for you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on the bottom shelf that you'd want me to put this up against? Because right now I still
Up
say
against Mellocorn.
I would say I would like to challenge you
Oh,
to find something on the
so many.
shelf
I got so many.
that I would pick a Mellocorn over. And I think
100%.
I think your ace in the hole was this Uncle Nearest, and it's the Uncle
That was
Nearest is way
Conrad,
better.
and that was hilarious.
that
that
was
was
a good
funny.
pick. All right,
That
a good
was
pick.
funny.
But do you have something that
I
you
do.
think? All right, get it. Please get it.
I have two.
So
have
Safi
two.
says, looks like it should be on the shelf in a Mexican dive bar. Yes, both of them,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
I have
So
two.
put this one back, please.
I have two
And
that
then
I
we're
would be
gonna-
willing to put up against this.
Let's do it. Tonight's the night. Friends, as I go back to the 1792. Oh, here, I'll skip ads for us because I'm going to skip ads. I see we have ads coming up. So ads skipped if
Okay,
you don't have
first of
YouTube
all-
Premium, which you guys should have, by the way.
First of all,
Best value on the internet. What do you got?
yeah, Barrel Buds, best value on the internet. I guarantee you're gonna pick Mellocorn over this.
All right.
I'd be willing to put so much money on the table for this.
Bold statement because I don't know what you're going to bust out. Let me have some water. Oh, dear God. Now you're playing with my emotions, my friend. So, for those that are listening on the podcast, he just busted out the Good Times. He busted out a fucking flipping Good Times barrel strength, single barrel straight bourbon finished in toasted white oak barrels and bourbon honey barrels, coming in at 58%. And it's the Good
Yeah, I did.
Times
Yeah, I did.
Fun Without Purpose.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to show that beautiful sticker to our fans?
Nope,
Can
I
you
don't. I
Vanna
think,
White
I think
that?
we'll get in trouble by showing that sticker.
It's a very phallic
Very Fallon.
maze that you follow on that
It
sticker.
rhymes with Bemis.
And like Jim Bemis?
Jim Bemis.
Jim Beams?
Jim Bemis. A very hard Jim Bemis.
All right. You do know what triggers me. Like, it hurts me to open this.
Oh. I can't believe you're going to try some.
Yeah.
I just figured you'd be like, nope, you're right.
No, because I would like to know where Melicorn falls in my ranking.
Wow.
I'm just
Wow.
doing a splash
God. I
because
can't believe- I won't even drink out of that bottle.
Safi says, put it on a shirt, best value on the internet.
Done and done.
Safi, you'll have a shirt waiting for you next time you're out here. Complimentary.
I can tell you, I already got the text, and it's not going to be that long.
All right. All right. I'm getting the nose of the good times here. Oof. This is rough. This is rough.
Bad.
This is like
I know. Be prepared to
this
just
is
pick
like
Melicorn.
Rough McGruff, the crime dog here.
Just
This is
pick the
not
Melicorn.
pleasant.
Save yourself the unhappiness and just pick the Melicorn.
I got it. No, I'm following through with this.
Wow. Just pick the Melicorn. There's no shame in this.
It's sweet.
It's
like
terrible. It's supposed to taste like Honey Nut Cheerios, by the way. That's what it's supposed to taste like.
but it's so ethanol-y. Oh, it's impossibly
It's bad.
ethanol-y.
It's so bad.
Oh, and then when you breathe, it like
It's
burns.
so bad.
Oh, I need water. It's so burn. It burns. It burns so badly.
Why'd you challenge me to this? Because I'm good at this.
You might have found it right off the bat. Hold on. Now give me a Melicorn. Can you pour me another Melicorn? please?
Oh, sure.
I don't want to touch the bottle. So
Wow. Get out of here.
and then
I don't want to touch the bottle.
again in typical Drew fashion with his trigger. Is it worse than that old tub behind you, BJ?
How dare you?
Yes.
How dare you? I like Old Tub.
in this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some of that amazing good times essence.
Well, that's
in
your
this
problem. You should
still
have
as
set your
well.
glass. And how dare you besmirch Old Tub? I like Old Tub. Get out of here. You're just getting old times. Good
It
times.
just turned into mellow times.
Mellow
we mixed that.
times. No, it's easy. Easy pick. It's the old Melicorn. It's because you didn't clean your glass.
I can't believe I'm going to say good times.
I can't.
and I
believe
know
are
you
either.
don't believe me.
I
And
don't believe
none
you.
of you.
You're a
It's
fucking liar.
I'm going good times over Melicorn.
Okay, I got one more for you. And no, it's not the Old Tub.
What is that? What is that? Hold on a second. You got to pour it in
You gotta
this
clean that glass
plastic.
out.
Let me clean it because I don't even know what that is. What is that? You got to.
I know you're gonna be lying to me if you pick this.
What is it?
Over
You're probably found my most
Melicorn.
hated bottle. You got to tell. Oh, you got to tell Drew what that is because I think we've had that together recently.
So bad. It's such a bad pick. It's so bad.
Tell our friends and audience out
This,
there.
my friends, is the straight rye whiskey bottle, fall of 2019. This is the barrel proof, the Senator, aged for 6 years. It's so
So in all fairness, we
bad.
had the representative a couple weeks ago during I think the last holiday weekend, and it was dog water. And
I got to tell you why. Why is it so bad?
I think because it's so
It's
over oaked.
So over oaked. It's so hot. Coming in at barrel proof, it's so hot. It's unenjoyable. It's like when you watch
Makes
the
me
show
salivate.
Hot Ones,
Yeah.
and it's like the hots. That's like it's made to just make you miserable. This bottle was made to make you miserable.
It makes me salivate in all the worst ways.
I-
I know that's such a weird
Yeah.
statement.
Be
Like,
prepared to
oh.
be prepared to find solace in the Melicorn.
Oh, here goes. Here goes, friends. Here we go. Oof. Oof. Oh, even just the nose is just
Wretched.
weird. It's like
It's wretched.
peach. like peach rubbing alcohol. I
Ugh.
know that sounds so.
I
so
haven't had it in a
outlandish.
long time, but I remember when we had it, we were like, "Oh, this is terrible."
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Mikey P says reminds me. Mikey C says reminds me of the pecan punch.
Hey,
Pecan punches are a
thank you.
magical, delightful
Pecan
beverage.
punches are good.
You'll get
Watch
used
your
to
mouth.
it. You'll get used
I'm
to
gonna
it.
make more for you. I'm gonna bring them in and make them.
It's not as bad as the mellow corn. It's not as bad. Yes, it is
Ugh.
up front. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
No, drink your mellow corn and like it. Ugh, that's wretched.
Ooh. Ooh.
See, it's wretched.
Ooh, it's like kind of grandma's potpourri with
It's
like a
so bad.
caramel. It's like
Jimmy, it's so
a grandma's
bad.
potpourri. You're sucking on a Werther's, and then you
Ugh.
go into grandma's bathroom, and
Not
she
even
has
a
the
Werther's.
50-year-old potpourri on the back of the
You're
toilet.
sucking on a Brock's cinnamon disc, and then it's like bad potpourri.
Is this
mellow
mellow
corn?
corn? All right, let me try.
And I'm
going
gonna
to
tell you
Let me
right
get some
now,
water, and I'm gonna try.
Find
I'm gonna try mellow corn again. I'm gonna
solace
try mellow
in the mellow corn.
corn.
Find
Whoa.
solace in the mellow corn.
By the way, we got to keep this going because we're really ramping up here. With like,
That's
we gotta
fine.
keep this going. All right, back to the mellow corn.
That's
All right.
fine. I'm gonna go to the guest whiskey now, and see if I can find something guest whiskey. Because I can't believe that you would pick the Senator.
This is
Get
so
outta here.
bad.
You're such a liar.
No, this is so
Such a
bad.
fucking liar.
This mellow corn is
Fucking liar.
disgusting. And BJ just opened up the globe. I have a globe that is all guest. It's well, we don't tell people this.
You're a fucking liar.
Visitors get the globe guest whiskey. And I can't really move to show you, but there's a globe that he's
How the
opening up
hell?
behind me.
No. Here's what's disappointing.
Just get bottom shelf.
Here's what's
There's bottom
disappointing.
shelf, and I don't know why you haven't grabbed the old tub. That's probably the contender.
Stop
of
it.
the night.
No, Old Tub is good. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Oh,
And you,
oh,
Drew.
I need a Tums. Oh, that's so bad.
Here's
The
what's
old-
sad.
The mellow corn.
As I looked over in guest whiskey, why
Oh.
is there 3 bottles of mellow corn in the guest whiskey globe? You son of a bitch.
Case in point. Go back to that. Just get the old tub and let's call it. I think the old tub is our litmus test.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh. I don't know, man. I think this old tub right there where that thumb is, or well, no, Balmoral won't. Oh, the old tub. The old tub I think will do it.
I think
Jeebus.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I think that
All right, let me rinse this out here. Hold on.
I think that you're going to find a new appreciation for Old Tub, and I think you're going to tell me that you
And
like
it's not a
Old
bad
Tub
thing.
better. And I like Old Tub. I was going to get the Old
I know.
Crow. I was going to pull the Old Crow,
Ooh.
which is terrible. That's bad.
Safi says, if you give me Globe whiskey, I'll disown you.
Yeah,
Safi, never.
we won't pour you Globe
Never.
whiskey.
We will do that to you. Never. Easy. That's it. That's plenty. Okay, as you like. You guys all saw that on the camera. And as he goes back again.
What you get?
That's... Carson says, Old Tub dunks on mellow corn. Oh, I'm digging this. All right, we'll see, man. We're gonna see right now.
First of all, Carson,
Oh.
you're not wrong, because
Welcome to
Old
the show,
Tub
by the way,
and mellow
bud.
corn are 2 very different things. First
Yeah,
of
but
all,
I like the
this
nose on
is
this.
this is Jim Beam juice. This is true bourbon,
I
right?
love the nose
100%
on this,
corn.
though.
And this is real bourbon with a real mash bill. I like Old Tub. I've always liked Old Tub. I think Old Tub is one of the greatest. Yeah, see that? It's good. And you give me so much crap about it.
Oh,
It's a good
It's
bottom shelf
smooth-
bourbon.
and it's smooth.
Thank you. It's very good.
Did you pour some?
I have some.
Cheers.
I like Old Tub.
Wow.
I've
Actually,
never had a problem with
the
this.
Safi, this did turn into the bottom shelf showdown, and this could have been a whole show on its own.
See how good that is?
This is solid.
There's a nice nuttiness, very smooth, easy drinking. Is it my go-to pantry whiskey? No. But for what it is, it's very good.
You mentioned that, like, yeah. Oh, wow. I have a new appreciation for Old Tub.
Thank
Good sir. Old Tub price point, is it 20?
About $20, yeah.
$20 for
Sometimes
$750, Conrad.
30, sometimes $30 because of the
No,
novelty.
don't pay 30.
There's a novelty out there.
Friends, here's what I want to bring up. Speak with your wallet. Like I tell so many friends that are like, hey, I can't tell you. I get texts on the daily where it's like all over the US, friends, family, countrymen, whatever. Hey, Jimmy, hey, I'm at this store in the middle of bumfuck wherever, and they have a Weller foolproof and it's $199. Should I buy it? And
No.
I'm like, here's usually what I say. I say, if you really want it and you don't have a bottle already, buy it. And I use that logic if it's under secondary. So if it's at least 20% under secondary price and they tell me the price on it, I'll say buy it. Especially now with whiskey prices, how they've on the decline.
They are on the downturn.
If someone came to me and said, hey, I have a foolproof, I'm at a store, it's $199, I'd probably say buy it if they don't have it and they want it.
A Blue Label?
Yeah. Like
I'd
a Blue Label foolproof.
I'd spend $199 on a Blue Label.
So Thomas has Old Tub in Michigan at 25.
I'd buy it at 25.
Yeah. I mean, underrated for 25. Yeah.
For $25, this is good juice. But here's what you have to ask yourself, right? This is Beam juice. So how much is Jim Beam?
Kind of around the same price point, right? Isn't it like
so to me, I'd rather drink Old Tub than regular Jim Beam.
I would. I think Jim Beam's a lot sweeter. Wouldn't you agree?
I think Jim Beam is sweeter.
Yeah.
But I think that the complexity of Old Tub is deeper.
I agree. And Old Tub definitely beats out Mellocorn. So what else do you got? You got to go back to your bag of tricks, good sir.
I mean, everything else that's down there on the shelf, I think
there's got to be something that I despise.
All right.
Jimmy hates.
I'm going to pull one more out of my bag.
All right, you got to get the bag of tricks here.
I'm going to pull one more out of my bag. It's kind of a Hail
As
Mary.
I enjoy the Old Tub, get the Hail Mary.
Kind of a Hail Mary.
BJ, I know there's some that I despise down there. There's got to be something. And you might want to look on the other shelf too. If I was like, give him some pointers.
You said bottom shelf.
No. So go look over there on that other shelf to your right. There might be some hidden gems that I loathe over there as well. Just keep an eye out. No hints. No pointers. So friends, tell us your worst whiskey in the chat. What's the whiskey you hate the most? Whiskey, bourbon. Just throw it in the chat what you guys hate. And
Hail Mary bottle.
Okay, how about this? Do you want me to go in blind? Does that help? Oh, would that help?
I don't know that it helps.
All right. Well,
I've heard you complain enough about this bottle.
I'm pouring out. You went way too heavy on that Old Tub. Actually, I'm gonna go in blind.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, it is very interesting. Chris Conrad says anything rye is do not like.
No, Jimmy likes rye.
Conrad, I'm going to challenge you, good sir, because I think I can convince you. And if you haven't had the Jack Daniel's single barrel rye,
good,
or we might be able to convert you actually.
And I'll tell you, I was looking at a Jack Daniel's product. All right, turn your head. I really want you to.
I'm not reading the chat. So here, no, this is great because we're getting some more. Thomas says Jack Daniel's number 7 is the worst. Oh yeah, it's like water. It's just water. It's literally water. So Jack Daniel's factory at night after they've distilled the regular Jack Daniel's, all the floor sweepings that go into like a vat, which is like the garbage, end up becoming number 7.
I got to be honest. I think that there are worse whiskeys on your top shelf than what I just poured.
Oh, you're a fucker. Carson says Old Bardstown 90 proof. Oh, that's a terrible. That's so bad. I would agree with so bad.
It's pretty bad.
All right.
I've heard you complain about this bottle a lot.
Do you want to show the?
Nope. We'll do the reveal to you and everybody else.
Oh, God, the nose on this is terrible. Hold on. Oh, it's like, I don't even know. Hold on. It's kind of like nothing, though. It's really, really light, super light.
Mm-hmm.
There's like nothing to this.
That's why I thought you might not like it.
It smells like
'Cause it's
water.
nothing.
It's not even like it's like kind of if this is classified as a bourbon or a whiskey, this is an embarrassment to the name of
It is
bourbon and whiskey.
Very interesting. We have talked about this on the show a couple years ago. We did this on the show.
You might have your winner here.
I thought I might.
This is terrible.
I thought
and
I might.
and then I need mellow. Where's mellow corn? So
Aki, have a little mellow.
can
you want me to pour you
fill me
some?
up? Yeah, just give me just a fucking splash, please. Just a little baby splash.
Hold on, let me really pour you some.
Okay.
You got 3 other bottles, so it's not like
All right.
not like you're hurting on it. Hey,
All right,
if
and
you hate
water.
it so much, why do you got 3 bottles, Jimmy?
All right, back to the mellow corn. Mellow corn smells way better than this. You gotta fight through that heat on the mellow corn,
So good.
BJ.
It's corn whiskey. It's corn whiskey. Barrel aged corn whiskey out of Heaven Hill.
All right, back to the whatever this dog shit was. Here's the problem. This is like sweepings. This is like this is bad.
Do you want to guess what it is, knowing that it's sweepings? It's pretty bad.
Hold on. This actually, we might have a winner here. I think
Hail-
we
I told you, I'm
have our
throwing a
winner.
Hail
Hold on. I
Mary.
think we have our winner here. Hold on a second.
There it
guys.
is.
But it's so close. I think these two are neck and neck. So hold on a second here.
Stop it. Stop it. No, it
Back
shouldn't
to the
even be
mellow
close.
corn.
It's
No,
embarrassing.
I think these two are brother and sister. So
No.
hold on. hold
No,
on.
not even close. 2 very different distilleries.
Here's the thing. Mellow corn has a pleasant flavor until you get the
Thank you.
ethanol bite. And then you're like, you're really disgusted by it.
Yeah, it's not that disgusting.
Hold on.
I like it.
Finish the rest of mine off. I don't want any more
Thanks.
of that mellow corn. This is a winner. I would pick mellow corn over whatever dog shit you just gave me. Wild Turkey 80.
It's the Wild Turkey 81.
I don't know what to tell you because here's the thing.
81 proof, which
You
means
can't
it's-
get this anymore. No.
it's 40.5%.
Hold on. Yes. First things
the
first.
lowest proof Wild Turkey ever.
You can't even. This isn't even obtainable anymore.
Yeah.
So I do salute you for picking. This is a very
It
random.
was the
wild card.
limited 2015 edition. Told you we did it a couple years ago.
Yeah, Wild Turkey does not do 81
they don't
anymore.
distill 81.
But here's what I
anymore.
want to say. Wild Turkey Rare Breed is one of my favorite.
And I love
pours of all
101. I love
Yeah.
the rare breeds.
And
I love regular
101,
Wild Turkey.
Rare Breed. I love regular Wild Turkey.
And I love Master's Keep.
However, this
This one's pretty
can
bad.
I try it? I'll try
I
it.
don't need to try it.
Try it. Just I need you to recollect.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't smell like a lot.
Right. I know, right? Yeah, it's just not good.
It's like muted ashtray water.
It's not-
I feel like ashtray water would be better. It's like watered down ashtray water.
It's literally if you took an oak
That's
stave,
sad.
you took a barrel stave and sucked on it. Like
No, it's like if you poured water down an oak stave,
a luge.
a used oak
A
stave luge,
Oak stave.
and you drank from
luge.
that, and you're like, I just poured in my one mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
it's
like,
bad.
hey, we're gonna rinse out the barrels. I'm a rookie cleaner tonight. I don't know what I'm doing.
Ugh.
It's terrible. All right, well, there you have it. So Wild Turkey 81 is my threshold to where I would accept mellow corn over it.
It's pretty sad.
It is sad, actually.
Pretty sad.
What a show.
Just took a turn. We really went down a road and a path that was unexpected tonight. We did a tasting, some news, a whole nother show that was totally unexpected.
But here's the thing. I think we're onto something. I think that we should do some shows where we
You might be right.
continue, because I want you in the hot seat next time.
I'll take the hot seat. I don't think you're gonna like what happens, but I'll take.
That's
the hot seat.
okay. That's fair.
I think I've proven that I've got a pretty low threshold for things I like. You're like, I poured you some Rebel Yell, and I'm like, it's great. I love it. I poured you some $300 Lucky 7. It's terrible.
I have a feeling that maybe next week we're gonna put you up against what you don't like, and it's all personal
Oh.
opinion. Why
is
don't you
this-
throw it out there? Give the crew a hint right now.
Oh, there's so much Knob Creek coming in my face.
Yeah,
There's so much Knob Creek coming in my face.
Or maybe not. Maybe you have a newfound adoration.
No, James, do you know how
Mikey says roadshow from Reno, Wet Woodies is what he just said.
Oh, that is a story
but
for another show.
but you may have some adoration for something new that you thought that you disliked.
I gotta be honest.
Just like me. Hold on. I think you caught me tonight. I'm gonna tell you right now. You slightly changed my opinion on Uncle Nearest tonight, which is a big deal. That's a
I slightly
bold,
changed my own opinion.
Yeah, that's a bold statement.
Because I gotta be honest, I remember tasting the Uncle Nearest and was like, ooh.
Conrad wants a poppy drink off. So Pappy. So here's the thing. I have
What do you got?
10-year-old Rip Van Winkle. I got the Lot B. I would like a third, but I don't have one.
We gotta find one. 15
So that means we would need a 15.
or 21.
Drew, maybe you know somebody that's got a 15.
You know
We
what
could
you
probably get a 15.
We need money.
No, I can make it happen.
Necesita moneda.
Well, we could do some trades. Maybe we can make that happen.
We got a lot of mellow corn.
And then Safi says she wants Shot Show 2.0. Oh boy,
Oh,
Safi.
God.
You need to be here for that, Safi. We're not going to do that alone. We're going to do that solo.
No, I'm sorry, Safi. I'm just gonna tell you, I can't do that with you. I would not subject you to
Hold on.
Shot Show.
I think this is a great statement, and I think Thomas is absolutely right.
What's that?
So back 50 years ago when he started drinking bourbon,
Hey, Thomas.
totally different world, right?
Respect.
Most everything was 80 to 90 proof and was good. I totally agree
Okay.
with him. Let's talk about the Maker's Mark.
Okay.
This
we
is-
gotta
that's
talk
bringing up-
about this.
Let's bring it up
We
because
gotta
that
talk
we
about
got to
this.
bring this up right now.
100%. You are correct.
Thomas,
Thomas.
you're 1000%
Oh my
right,
God.
because here's what we're going to tell you.
So I used to drink a lot of Maker's Mark when I was in college, and I thought Maker's Mark was the shit. I was like,
Hold
this,
on.
it doesn't get better than this.
Right.
And then I've drank a lot of Maker's Mark since, and I'm like, did my palate change so much that I just don't love Maker's Mark? No. We just opened a Maker's Mark, a 1998
A
Maker's Mark.
1998.
Nothing fancy.
A great friend of ours at a share.
Just a
Nothing fancy.
regular Maker's
A
Mark.
run-of-the-mill 1998 Maker's Mark he brought to a share.
So good.
Bro.
A million times better.
Bruh.
than anything that Makers puts out today. A million times better.
Bruh. I'm doing my bruh because
I
I'm
hear
like
you.
blown away.
But you agree, right? It was better than any Makers you've had recently.
I'm like
That 98 Makers was incredible.
1990,
was the best thing we
1998
drank that night.
Maker's Mark was one of those like life-changing pours, and I'm not exaggerating.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. That was the Makers that I remember drinking.
Like what were they? And I don't know what were they doing differently back then.
It's got to be barreling. It's got to be cooperage.
You think?
Yep. I don't think they've changed the recipe that much. I think it's cooperage.
Wow.
I think it's cooperage. I think it's climate. I
Could have
think it's
been
treatment.
water.
Could even be water.
Profile.
Could be water profile. I mean, things have changed, but that 98 Makers was the best Makers I've had since college. Like, it was amazing. It took me back to why I liked Makers in the first place. Makers does not taste that good.
He responded. So he says Maker's Mark was awesome back in the day.
Agreed.
And not the same.
It's
not
the
at
same
all.
today.
No, we totally agree.
It's not the same.
Dude, we had that 90s, mid 90s one, and then compared it to what we have, we don't even talk about it today.
Here's the thing. I want you just to put
we
it
don't
in
even
context.
talk about it.
I wanna
It's
put it
not
in
even in the
context.
same league. Chris Conrad says climate change. Testify, brother. Absolutely, it's climate change.
So get this. I want to put it up against what we were drinking that night. That night on the table, because we put that
This
up
is a
against
bold.
huge
This is a bold
tasting, okay?
statement.
We had Elmer T. Lee. We had several smoke wagons, it's like private reserve barrels.
A 13-year and that was a 13-year Warehouse 5 MGP juice, no longer distributed.
We
It
had
was
a Old
also
Fitz
an-
13.
It was an Old Fitz 13. We had a Smoke Wagon 8-year Warehouse 5, very exclusive MGP juice.
Yep.
We had a Smoke Wagon Rare and Limited. Again, if you guys know Smoke Wagon, these are big
These
deal
are
MGP
big deal
bottles.
These are $1,000 bottles.
Old Fitz, that's another $1,000 bottle that we had.
The Klug, is that what it was? There were three of those.
I don't know what that was,
Klug
but let's just say
bottles.
what we were talking about and what was the winner?
The 98
The 98 Makers
regular
Mark.
makers. We
The
all
98
said like
regulars Maker
we
Mark
pulled
beat
out
all
some
of them
stuff
out.
that night. Let's just say there was easily $12,000 to $15,000 worth of bourbon on the table that night, and the best thing we drank was the 98 makers
regular Makers Mark.
by far. And we had some real aficionados at that table that
No,
night.
we had some big swinger
People who drink more bourbon than you
big
and I
deal
together.
swingers in the group that know their bourbon and
that
agreed with
was
us.
the best
Yeah.
bottle we opened. 100%.
Why is that? I'm so intrigued. This is such like I
100%
think this is
so
like a
good.
this is like a story. We got to figure it out.
And now I'll just
Like,
tell you,
why?
I'm on the lookout for old makers bottles.
Friends, family,
Old
countrymen.
makers.
I'm going to tell everyone that is watching this that will
I'm on the
rewatch
lookout.
it, and I don't want to because I'm going to do it, and I don't want you to outbid me. Unicorn auctions, secondary Facebook groups. If you
I'm
have an
looking.
opportunity to get a Maker's Mark bottle
Hit
that
us
is
up.
pre 2000, hit us up first of all.
Yeah,
If
you
you
got
don't
a
if you don't
dad?
want it and you find it and you can tag one of us,
Yeah, you got a
please
dad
do.
that's got an unopened maker's bottle.
Shoot us a message
from back in
or
the day,
yeah, or if you
let us
have
know.
friends, family,
I'm
anybody
ready
that
to-
you
I'm ready to
know
buy.
that has a pre 2000 Maker's Mark, I will buy it
Even
instantly.
I would tell you this, up to 2005.
Yeah,
I would be willing to
I would
buy a
try
bottle,
it. I kind of want
2005
pre
and back.
2000. 2005, yeah, but more
I'd go 2005 back,
2000.
because they did something changed, and we don't know
Something
exactly what it is
changed.
yet.
It
But
definitely
it was magical.
I think you hit the nail on the head. It's the cooperage, which
think
is
it's
the
cooperage.
barrels.
I really do think it was the wood.
The
I think
wood.
it's the age of the trees that was being used. I think we had old growth forests
I
that was
agree
being
with
used in
you.
the cooperage, and I think that right now we're
That makes a
growing
big
we're
difference.
growing trees faster,
Like every 10 years, they
and
use
so
the same
your rings
trees.
are not as tight,
old and tight,
right?
And yeah,
and so
like a Toiger.
the movement in the barrel for the barrel Lamaze is
barrel Lamaze.
different, right? There's a lot more space in the loam between rings in those.
Well, you
trees.
mentioned the old growth trees,
Mhm.
and then I'm sure you're getting more complexity with
There-
that aging process,
right? Because here's the thing.
Yeah,
You've got in those old growth forests and these old growth trees, you got to remember that age, you're taking on not only nutrients of the trees, but you're also taking on the environment of the tree.
You really are, and that comes through in the taste
Right?
of what it's
So
aging.
you're taking on the environment of the years, the multiple years, and those old growths. You're getting so much exposure to
Yeah.
many, many, many more years than what you see in cooperage today. Cooperage today is 7 to 8 years. Cooperage back in the day, you're talking 50 years or more.
Yeah, super old trees, and
That exposure
nowadays
is
they're
very
not.
different.
Those are all gone, man. Those are gone. Those
Yeah,
are
we don't
gone.
get that kind of exposure anymore.
Yeah.
Read up on it. Cooperage is a big deal. It's a big part of what we do. Some of those older bourbons, some of that exposure is really, really big, and people don't think about this.
Yeah.
So it's not
Friends,
just
be on the
climate
lookout.
change, but it is about the exposure to the old
Yeah.
growth.
And I don't know. I'll let me do some research for the next week's show, because I want to be able to tell our friends how do they identify an old bottle. Because I would we have friends that live like in all corners of the
That's true.
world
That's true.
where let me get
Like,
some
how
more
would you know?
information and tell you guys how to determine if it's an old
That'll
bottle.
be a fun show next
Let
week.
me do some research. We're gonna get away from
yeah.
premix cocktails. We're gonna do a
This
really
is it for
solid bourbon.
premix,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
done with premix for now.
I think we're gonna
Um,
do a really solid whiskey.
we'll do a
We
solid,
tried
very
one
solid
tonight
whiskey.
that I would be really amazed to put on the show next
Yeah,
week.
but I kind of want to keep the theme of bourbon since we're on this whole
That's fine.
bourbon hype.
That's fine.
But yours, what
We'll push
you had,
something-
yeah,
we'll
we'll
push
figure it
something
out. We'll
in the
figure it
coming
out.
weeks.
But I really want to be able to tell you how to identify our friends that are watching old bottles.
Yeah.
Because boy, oh boy, friends, I'm telling you, this was out of control, and it blew me away.
He was amazing.
And Thomas says that's why Dusty OGD, old granddad, goes for big money. Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Like, we know proof is in the pudding now. We've had it. We've had after having this Maker's Mark, I never thought, I was like,
Thomas, there's a
here's the
reason
thing. He cracked open
why
that-
we keep this on the shelf.
We have the two different bottles. We got the two different bottles.
Bonded 114, one of my all-time faves. This is on my
I love
always buy list.
Can
If
I have
see this on the shelf,
114?
I always buy
Have
this.
some 114.
$30 for 114.
I love this one.
This is one of the best bourbons. And this is also why some of
you.
my favorite bars in town use OGD as their well bourbon. 100%. We're on the wavelength with you.
Oh,
Thomas.
that
You get it.
ooh, that old Granddad 114. Cheers to 114.
I love
so
it.
good.
I love it.
It's a super sweet, and it has such a pleasant, like, the ethanol does not come through.
It's got
just
such a good backbone.
a lot of
It's
complexity.
Good stand up. Great bourbon to just sip. Neat. Great bourbon to make
Mm.
good cocktails.
Love it. It's so good. Oh, that's what he's sipping on tonight too.
Great.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Cheers. Cheers, Thomas.
Cheers you for that one.
So good. Anyways, wrapping this up, guys. I'm gonna do the research. I'm gonna start looking up some info for old bottles. I'll get like lot codes, box descriptions, see if like, you know me, I'm gonna nerd out with it. And I'll have some info for you on next Wednesday's show. For those that don't know, we start at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesdays. So look forward to the show. Chris Conrad would like to know if we are down to do a Japanese whiskey show.
100%. We do like Japanese whiskey. If you watched our Instagram story this week, we did feature an Instagram story about Hibiki Suntory.
Oh, very cool.
Hibiki Harmony. There's lots of Japanese whiskey out there, obviously. Hibiki Harmony, Suntory Toki. Those are some of the more popular. Yamazaki. But there's a lot out there. And yes, we would be very down for it. I think that you're going to find, Mr. Conrad, on the cruise in a couple of weeks, that there's going to be some great Japanese whiskey tasting that's going to be filmed on that particular show.
Can I like get a seat? Can you guys see if you can squeeze me in on this cruise?
I think
feel
we
like I'm
can.
missing out.
I think we can.
All right, let's make.
I think
that
there's
happen,
bunk beds in my
please.
room, actually.
Well, somebody better have a bunk.
We're gonna find.
I'll even sleep on it.
We're gonna figure it out.
Just give me a lounge chair by the pool deck. I
think
don't
we're
need a room.
Hey, Uncle P, you got room for Jimmy in your room?
There you have it, folks. We're going to talk about old bottles next week.
That'll be fun.
And then have a great pour.
You got a little Kentucky hug going on right now?
Oh, but that old granddad, really.
That old granddad's, that 114's got to stand up. It's got to stand up. I like it.
But I like it. I'm going to finish this
I'm gonna
off the
finish
rest
it
of
off.
the night. So,
One of my
friends,
favorite
cheers,
pours.
cheers. Cheers, friends out there. What a great show tonight. We appreciate you all.
Thomas, Chris Conrad,
Chris Conrad,
Uncle P,
Drew, Uncle
Drew,
P, Mikey C. Thank you all. We love you all
Safi.
for jumping in the
Safi,
chat.
thanks for joining. Good to hear from you.
We had some newcomers. Thank you all
Was
for
it
the
Nick?
newcomers.
Do we have a Nick?
No, it was
Who's that new
Carson. Sorry,
Carson.
Carson. Thanks
I'm
for
sorry,
joining, bud.
Nick
Um,
from Carson. Carson, thank you.
yeah, we had a lot of newcomers. For those that don't know, we
Good
have a
engagement.
pretty good crew that joins us on the regular. So hopefully you guys can keep joining us next week because we're gonna do it all over
Man.
again. And we always go off the rails every Wednesday. So for
do.
the Barrel Buddies, I'm James.
And I'm BJ. We'll see you next week.
Later.